remember when I asked you, what if you stopped wanting so much? What if you stopped rushing and pushing and proving, and instead, what if we find magic in the pause? The surrender and the rhythm of life. I invited you to savor your breath, to feel the sunlight on your skin, and to wake up to that which you already had, to recognize the power in your presence, your heartbeat, your intuition, and that you can't source your power from the outside, that you are the source, and that you are entering this cycle back in Taurus season where you are going to be reevaluating your relationships, your relationship also with money and self-worth and possessions, and discovering what truly makes you happy, what truly makes you feel fulfilled. And this was during the Earth season. So I told you it was time to build, that it was time to make some solid and realistic plans, and this was going to set the stage to reap these rewards of these new beginnings, where you were going to water and you were going to tend to, and you were going to slow down, and you were going to be present, and abundance was going to flourish. That you were entering this period that it was going to be quiet, but so potent. That this period was going to be rooted in really deep power. And I was asking you to come back to your body and to your breath and to the earth. And even though it was dark, even though it was still, there was such richness in everything that you were planting at that moment. You remember that? I told you that transformation was knocking. That there may be resistance to change. That it might get uncomfortable. There were going to be power struggles and hidden fears were going to come to the surface. You remember that? You look back over the last 6 months. You recognize those things in your life. At that moment, there was a very powerful T-square in the sky. This release point was pointing towards Scorpio, the sign of shadow and depth and transformation. So I was pushing you to go deep, to get honest and really ask yourself, what are you afraid of? Where are you avoiding your own power? Where are you still clinging to patterns of old safety, old comfort zones? That there was going to be this sense of urgency, this uncomfortable feeling if you didn't move. What did you need to release to make room for the seeds that you were planting to grow? Well, now we're here. That moment has arrived. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Bell Astrology Podcast. I'm your host and astrologer Ashley, and on today's episode we have a powerful full moon to explore. We're stepping into the full moon in Taurus, which is happening on November 5th, and it will be full at 13 degrees of Taurus. And here in the central time zone, she reaches her peak at 7:16 a.m. on the 5th. So, a little bit about this moon before we dive in. This is a supermoon, which means that it's at its closest point to the Earth. and it appears larger and brighter, and yes, it's felt more intensely because it's a gravitational pull and it's pulling on our inner tides. Since we're made of 70% water, we can feel our emotions with this one. The waves rising inside of us. For those of you who are interested, this is called the Beaver Moon. Thank you, Farmer's Almanac. Beavers are busy building their dens, preparing for the colder winters ahead. This is a moon of preparation, protection, gathering what sustains you, so you're able to let go of that which you're not going to carry with you through the winter. It's a very powerful moment. And this supermoon falls in the sign of Taurus, which means the sun is traveling through the sign of Scorpio. And this is activating this axis. These two signs are opposite each other. It's this axis of surrender and security. So if you have particularly strong placements in any of the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, you are going to feel this one especially. Everyone's going to feel this one though, especially in the area of our lives, our charts, where we have 13 degrees of Taurus. The full moon here means that the sun is fully illuminating the moon's surface. And symbolically, that is shining a light on our inner emotional world. The moon represents our truest self, our inner landscape, our hidden tides. It's during the full moon that we can't hide from this. Think about the moon. The moon is our deepest and most sacred inner self. And the moon in the sky, well, that's not always visible. It's not visible during the day. It only reveals certain parts of itself during the month. And so this is the part of us that we often keep hidden, that we protect. Well, not now, because it's a full moon and everything rises to the surface. And this is done for awareness, for release, and for... Now, the essence of Taurus herself, the moon loves to be in the sign of Taurus. It's what we call being exalted here. Taurus brings this soft, grounding energy, this sensual, this steady, this soothing energy. It's quite beautiful. It reminds us to slow down and to breathe and to savor in the moment. Taurus moon wants comfort, warmth, nourishment, and safety. So under this sky, you might think about what makes you feel safe, what sustains you, how do you care for yourself in Taurus ways, patience, kindness, and presence. It's time to nourish your body and honor your needs. Find steadiness amidst external changes. And I'd be willing to bet a lot that you are experiencing a lot of external changes right now. And for many, resistance to it. And that's because, yes, there is so much energy right now around change. This is a confronting energy. And we are in Scorpio season. These two signs, Scorpio and Taurus, They are sacred mirrors to each other. Like I said, they sit 180 degrees apart on the zodiac wheel. And they're opposites, but they share this sacred thread. This is that axis of possessions, Taurus, and release, Scorpio. Of the body, Taurus, of the soul, Scorpio, stability, Taurus, transformation, Scorpio. Where Taurus builds, Scorpio transforms. Taurus holds on, Scorpio lets go. Together, these two signs, this energy teaches us this dance between stability and surrender. Is that a theme that's come up for you recently in your life? Are you experiencing a little bit of that right now? Taurus teaches Scorpio to slow down, and Scorpio teaches Taurus to release control. When Taurus says, savor life's simple pleasures and find the peace in this present moment, Scorpio says, trust in the process. Let go. Trust the transformation. Shed what's ready to die so something new can be born. Both of these signs crave safety. They crave safety, but in a little bit different ways. Taurus seeks safety in the tangible ways, meaning what can be touched, tasted, and trusted, where Scorpio craves safety in emotion, in intimacy, in vulnerability. And so both of these signs must learn that real security comes from trust. It doesn't come from control. It comes from trusting yourself and trusting the process and trusting life. Now, every full moon is a culmination. It is the flowering of the seeds that we planted 6 months ago. So that's what I was asking you about when I opened this episode. Think back to the new moon in Taurus back on April 27th of this year. What intentions did you set then? What were you calling in around stability, around abundance, around self-worth? You may be seeing results from that growth right now. I bet you are. I bet you haven't even thought about it. Look back in your moon journal. Look back on your camera reel. What was going on for you then? What has unfolded? Are you proud? This is why I love to keep a moon journal. I'll share a little bit with you about what I wrote under that new moon in Taurus. A lot is surfacing around my self-worth. How fitting. I am worthy of love and I know it. Not just feeling love, but being loved. I deserve it. This is a moment where I have had enough. That I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of this feeling of being stuck. Tired of feeling helpless. I need to be my own hero now. Get myself out of this. I deserve the life that I dream. And the desires that I am seeking are seeking me too. I came here to enjoy life, to love fully, to live fully. And I'm ready for my transformation. Oh my goodness. That was the moment I said this was enough. enough shrinking, enough playing small, enough just dreaming. It was time to build something. And I decided to build the life that I desire. And it was one that was going to be rooted in self-worth. And I was going to challenge every single part of me that I was, force me out of my comfort zone, to move with intention, to move with purpose, and just be in motion. And this last 6 months have been life-changing for me. And I look back at it, and my gosh, I almost missed it. I see how everything I have been building has changed. I mean, astrology and wine. Just this week, I am prepping to serve 50 people with this offering. Astrology and Wine is moving to Minneapolis next month. What? I am serving in the most heartfelt ways from a sound healing perspective in 2 locations. 2 beautiful places where I get to make magic and bring that healing. I've been in magazine articles and been asked to plan events, and even moved into a physical space at Divine North. All of that growth. It all began under that new moon in Taurus. But of course, you can't build and continue to build without release. You can't hold on to everything. Some things must fall away to make space for what is next. And yes, that can feel like death. A metaphysical death. Metaphorical. The death before the rebirth. Uncomfortable, confronting, painful. But that is where the magic happens. And that's what I love so much about working with the moon cycles and a beautiful full moon. It's the pause. It's the reflection point. It's that cosmic mirror to help us to see what's been becoming all along. Because so often we get caught up in the next thing, like you are asleep through part of your own becoming. And we forget to meet ourselves in the moment. And so a full moon gives us that opportunity, because we can't hide from the bright lights of the full moon. And so maybe you're realizing you do actually have a lot to celebrate. I need to do that more. Someone with Saturn on the sun, I do not celebrate my wins enough. As small as they are, it doesn't matter the size, they're still wins. They're worth celebrating. That's something that I'm learning to cultivate. I'm making a choice. I simply decide that I'm celebrating my wins. I need more happiness in my life. Maybe you feel like you missed this one. You didn't miss it. Maybe you felt like you were asleep through your own becoming. Either way, the beauty of this moment is that the story goes on, and you have this awareness. You're here now, you're evolving, you're choosing how you want to move forward. And that's so powerful. So take a breath in that. Look around and see what has come to the surface. What was earned? What was lost? What hurt? How did you grow? The real magic of astrology is not in something that we study or we predict. It's in the living. It's in the experience of it. It's the awareness that turns experience into wisdom. So trust in this moment. Trust in the timing of your transformation. Because this right here, this is your becoming. You're part of it. Don't miss it. And so, before we close, just want to give you this emotional invitation under this full moon. really ask yourself, where are you gripping too tightly? What are you holding on to that's asking to be released? That's okay. Let it. How have you gone back into your comfort zone? What is ready to be released with love, and what is worth holding on to still? Surrender and holding on. The true Taurus full moon and Scorpio season concept. Also, there are a lot of other themes, but the most important ones coming up with this full moon. So we have Venus and Jupiter in the mix, and there's a strong influence here activating desire, our dreams, our sense of worthiness, Taurus. You may feel themes around love and abundance and pleasure surfacing where maybe you have denied yourself for too long of these things. And this is a reminder that beauty, just like everything else, evolves. And there's so much beauty in that even the most stable of structures, routines, they need change to stay alive. It's beautiful to change. And sometimes you have to let go, not because it's lost value or it's not good, just because you are growing beyond it. So really breathe into this one. Let this Taurus moon anchor you back into your body. Let Scorpio guide you to your deeper truth, your deepest truth. Somewhere between the holding and the releasing, that is where you find your rhythm. That's where transformation becomes magic. Now, if you are craving some grounding under this full moon, well, you can come and join me for a full moon sound bath this Wednesday night at Notice Wellness at 5:30 in Nisswa. I am holding a 30-minute sound healing session designed to do just that, help you to get back into your natural rhythm. It's really perfect for this Taurus full moon energy of rest and renewal. And looking ahead, mark your calendars for November 15th because I'm going to be at UpNorth Social in Crosslake, Minnesota for Under the Scorpio Moon. This event is magical. It's an evening of astrology and tarot and art and live music and, of course, wine. So you know I'll be there. And Scorpios, still your season. You still get 15% off your reading this month when you book a virtual session with me. Oh, and the biggest change, the biggest of changes, is that my in-person readings, I'm moving. Well, Divine North is moving from Pequot into Nisswa, which I am so excited and honored to be part of. It's going to be this most beautiful new location that is vibrant, and it's the perfect community space for sound healing and moon circles and astrology gatherings and all kinds of cosmic magic we're going to make at Divine North in Nisswa. And that is happening on December 1st. So sign up for a in-person reading with me. I will be in Nisswa starting December 1st, which I cannot wait. You can book your reading with me or sign up for my newsletter to stay on top of all of these events at ashleybelastrology.com. Or you can, of course, follow me along on Instagram at ashleybelastrology. Thank you so much for tuning in. From My heart to yours, may this full moon in Taurus remind you of the beauty in the breakdown. I can't think of a more Scorpio way to put that. Thank you guys.